पूर्णमदमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते हरिः ओम्.
That which we call the outer world is perfect. This which we call the inner world is perfect. Each one filled with divine consciousness. Perfect comes from perfect. Take perfect from perfect. The remainder is perfect. Divine consciousness is non-dual. Anything that emerges from the divine consciousness is whole, is complete, is Purna. May peace and peace and peace be everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते.
अभी बहुत ज्यादा कम्युनिकेशन है इन चीजों को लेके, कोई कंफ्यूजन्स नहीं है, बहुत एक्सेप्टेंस है लाइफ को लेके, माइंड ओपन है. सबसे बड़ी चीज जो हुई तो माइंड ओपन हो गया, बिकॉज जब आपकी मैंने वो लाइन सुनी दैट यू कैन एक्सपीरियंस एनीथिंग फ्रॉम अ पॉपर टू अ किंग, फ्रॉम अ प्रीस्ट टू अ प्रोस्टिट्यूट, वो लाइन कहीं ना कहीं स्टक रह गई मेरे दिमाग में. तो वो लाइन के साथ बहुत ज्यादा एक्सेप्टेंस आ गई मेरे अंदर कि लाइफ में हर चीज एक्सपीरियंस करो और उसकी तरफ एक्सेप्टेंस रखो.
Lovely, Pooja. And then your life started as a past life therapist.
Ma'am, my life started as a past life therapist, and I'm a person who doesn't open up very quickly. So I take my time. So मेरे को time लगा, although all my friends started up very quickly. तो मुझे थोड़ा time लगा when I started doing my cases and everything, because मुझे लगता है जो मैं कर रही हूँ वो 100% दूँ उसको. And go slow. So I do a little slow with everything. और फिर जब आने शुरू हुए clients, तो एक मेरी क्लाइंट ऐसी आई मेरे पास जिसका भी अपने फादर के साथ रिलेशनशिप कुछ कुछ अजीब था. वो अपने फादर को फेस ही नहीं कर पाती थी. एंड ये क्लाइंट मेरे पास आई, तो आई टुक हर into induction, then I took her into past where her father had raped her.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay.
So and she got up, and then I had to calm her down because it was her first time. And she also came with the reason that मेरे को मेरे father के साथ क्या relationship है मुझे समझ ही नहीं आता. I'm not very comfortable with him, I literally wear a jacket when he's around, and she says I don't know, I behave very vaguely, I really don't know how I react, पर मुझे नहीं पता ये मेरे साथ क्यों हो रहा है. Otherwise he's taking full responsibility, वो मेरे साथ बिल्कुल ठीक है, लेकिन मुझे समझ ही नहीं आता कि मेरा उनके साथ क्या relationship. I'm not comfortable with my father. So I took her into the past, and she saw the father had raped her.
Oh God.
And the father was a rapist. And she was it took her 2-3 days to understand. Then I did a lot of counseling work with her. I did a lot of releasing work with her. I did a lot of healing work with her also during the session.
So Pooja, I want you to tell people that जब कोई client को ऐसा कुछ experience होता है which is something that is horrible, terrible, and the person cannot accept, तो किस तरह की, what are the kind of problems that client faces? Can you share with the audience?
मैम एक तो बहुत ज्यादा palpitation बढ़ जाती है उनकी. उनका डिप्रेशन आ जाता है बहुत ज्यादा उनको, क्योंकि रीजंस ही नहीं होते कि क्या प्रॉब्लम है. और दे आर मैम टोटली इनटू डिस्पेयर, टोटली. Mostly I see cases where there's a lot of depression. Ma'am, depression comes with a, पर मुझे लगता है depression होता है, बहुत unclarity होती है. But then I always explain to my clients कि confusion है, तो clarity भी तभी मिलेगी जब confusion होगी. Confusion होगी तभी enlightenment create होगी ना. बिना confusions के तो life आगे बढ़ ही नहीं सकती. Confusions होने भी जरूरी है.
So when this client got this experience and then you obviously called her back, right? How did you deal with her then? तूने कुछ और सेशन किए या कोई और हीलिंग वर्क किया, क्या किया तुमने?
Ma'am, during the session, I did a lot of cord work, a lot of cord dissolution and everything. I did a lot of, I made her release a lot of baggage. There are ways, there are techniques during the session.
So a lot of emotions you got her to release.
Emotion release, uske kafi karai, ma'am. A lot of energy work.
There
was a lot of energy work involved during the session, and after that a lot of counseling was involved.
Okay.
And after that, I made sure that after that, ma'am, she kept coming, but I did not do a lot of another session with her. I thought it was too early to do another session. So I told her, wait for 3 months and you come only after 3 months if you want another session. I don't think so there's any other issue. This was the issue she was going through, and she got her answers, and she became very positive. Then I explained her the same line that I had kept in my mind. I explained her the same line. Ma'am, counseling works in all this. So even talking.
So Pooja, how was she after 3 months when she came back? What was the relation with the father after 3 months?
The relationship with the father had improved, and she was comfortable, but the communication was still there. There was a lot of communication gap, which I thought there was another reason for that. But otherwise, she had actually calmed down a lot. She had calmed down a lot.
Good.
मेरे दिमाग में जो इतना pressure था, वो pressure नहीं है.
Very good. So so these are difficult sessions, okay, for a therapist also. Therapist के लिए भी difficult होता है because you don't know what's going to come up in the session. और जब इस तरह की चीजें आती है जो uncalled for है, then you need a lot of work to be done with that client.
Ma'am, even I think people get into this depression and this anxiousness, palpitations, because ma'am, ये लोग कई clients जो हमने देखे हैं, they come with a very rosy picture in mind. कि past life का मतलब सब अच्छा ही दिखेगा. But when they see the stark reality that I could have been a murderer, I could have been a victim, I could have been a perpetrator, or different lifetimes, maybe animal lifetime or any lifetime, so that is like a hard hit reality on their face. So when they see the reality and the fact, that is when they take time to absorb the
absolutely. But Pooja did a good job. Very good, Pooja.
मैंने उसको 2-3 बार बुला के उसको proper तरीके से समझाया कि it is okay. Because obviously she was making a big issue out of it. She did not expect this. So I think talking does affect in all these kind of scenarios.
Talking
the right
therapy
guidance
is
also
good.
after the session.
Being in touch with the counselor, Pooja, because sometimes people just see it and they go into their shelf and they don't know what to do. But I would always suggest to everyone that whoever you are counseling, if you are seeing something, if you're going through something, be in touch with the counselor, be in touch with the healer, and she might have some sessions with you which might help you get back into life and
absolutely. I think Pooja was available to the client, and I think that is a very important thing for a therapist, to be available to the client at any time,
but not make them dependent on you, ma'am,
and yet not make them dependent on you. So that was the best thing you did, Pooja, by telling her कि 3 महीने बाद मुझे contact कर, and so that way, that's very good. Pooja, go on with any other client experiences.
Ma'am, once I experienced a woman who came to me and she said, I'm having a lot of difficulty with my husband. I'm not able to really cope up with him. I really want to go in for a divorce and I don't know how to really move on with him. I have 2 kids. And so I took her into induction and then did her PLR. And she just wanted to see exactly, what is my life scenario? What am I supposed to do? She came for a prediction, but I suggested her a PLR. So then I'm a tarot reader also. So she came for a tarot reading. And then basically I told her, you go in for a PLR. So where she saw that she had been betraying her husband the entire 2 lives. She saw 2 births. entire 2 lives she had been betraying her husband, and she was a man and he was a woman, where the entire life she had wasted his entire life, betraying him, doing wrong, and like no peace for him, you know. So right after the session she says, galat to main hu, गलती तो मैंने की है. She was so open and vulnerable towards everything. She says, गलत तो मैं हूँ, गलती तो मेरी है, तो मैं क्यों उनको ब्लेम कर रही हूँ. तो मैंने कहा, आपको अब समझ आ रहा है क्या है, बट आज आप ऐसा फील कर रहे हो, 4 दिन के बाद आप ऐसा फील नहीं करोगे, उसके बाद you'll be back to the normal life. So can you get that? How will you keep it with you? Like उसका भी मैंने काफी वर्क करा, उसके ऊपर भी काफी हीलिंग वर्क करा ड्यूरिंग द सेशन. काफी कॉर्ड डिसॉल्व करा, कॉर्ड्स एक्सचेंज करे, काफी कुछ. पर उसके बाद आई लव द पार्ट ऑफ हर वाज दैट शी वाज वल्नरेबल अबाउट मेरी गलती है.
she accepted it.
She accepted it, and it was a very thing. मतलब मेरे लिए भी it was something, a learning there. It was a great learning from that client where she says गलती मेरी है. I just love that part.
And then things changed for her.
Absolutely, ma'am. उसकी तो totally change हो गई life.
Wow.
Correct. That's big, yeah.
And she came for the seva also this time. I will not take her name.
Okay.
She came for the seva also.
Lovely.
Ma'am, the best thing is that things only work when we want them to work.
Yeah, true, Abhilasha.
Both the perspectives, you know. I mean, till date, the client was thinking it was a fault of her husband. But PLR made her see it from the other side, you know, the other perspective of the story.
True.
वो कह रही, मैं तो इतना सफर ही नहीं करी जितना उन्होंने सफर कर रहा है मेरी वजह से.
Empathy. What has brought out is the empathy, an empathetic way of looking at the relationship.
A lot of changes in people around me. Lot of changes.
So what is the change that's happened to you in the last 5 years, Pooja? After seeing clients, helping clients, healing clients, तेरे अंदर का जो एक विश्वास होता है ना, inner strength, do you feel that inner strength inside you?
मैम absolutely. जब मैं कह रही हूँ कि मैं सरेंडर में जीती हूँ, तो इतनी स्ट्रेंथ है अंदर, इतनी स्ट्रेंथ है कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि there's nothing that can really stop me from anything.
Yeah.
I can achieve anything I want.
Lovely.
Pooja, before the session began, you know, since we were chit-chatting, you also said you do a lot of channeling. Can you talk about it a little today so that, you know, our clients also know about your channeling work and, you know, some amazing messages that you got from the masters and the spirit guides?
So it started like, you know, I used to just start hearing. रात को मैं अगर सो रही हूँ तो all of a sudden I used to get up and I used to hear some voices. और मैं कभी तो मैसेज दे देती थी और कभी नहीं देती थी. मुझे डर लगता था कि मैं मैसेज कैसे दूँ. How do you give a message, you know, out of the blue? So ऐसा मेरे साथ शुरू होने लग गया कि मेरे पास मेरी एक क्लाइंट आई जो कि टैरो सेशन के लिए आई थी. और मतलब मैंने कभी ऐसे नहीं किया कि मैंने किसी को लाइक somebody कंसल्ट्स मी कि मेरे लिए चैनल कर लो. लेकिन अगर किसी का मैसेज आया है तभी देती हूँ. आई एम नॉट इनटू समवेयर दैट चैनलिंग कर रही हूँ मैं ऐसे. मुझे नहीं करनी बिकॉज आई एम नॉट ओपन टू इट ओनली. बट किसी का मैसेज आ जाता है तो मैं दे देती हूँ.
Correct. So basically, Pooja, you are not a medium, but spontaneously, if you get messages, then you may act like one. So you're not basically a medium. Yeah, go on.
Ma'am, I don't choose to be also. I don't choose to be.
And that's fine also. Yeah. Then?
Because I was not very comfortable.
Correct.
I was not very comfortable.
फिर क्या हुआ when the client
came? ऐसा होना शुरू हुआ कि वो client आई मेरे पास और suddenly they were husband and wife. And they started talking about somebody. And ma'am, the moment she went, I suddenly saw some picture out in the air. And I just saw her, you know, and there was a message, tell her to tell my husband to not sell the property. So in my ear. So I was like, abhi wo kisi ki baat karke gayi hai. So I called my client and I told her, who the lady you were talking about, did she look something like that? मेरे सामने image आ गई थी मैम एकदम से. So I told her, does she look like that? She says, yeah, she looked exactly like that, the way you are referring. So I said, please give her husband a message that not to sell some property. I had no idea that there was some property की काम था, पर उसने उस lady को mention किया था session में. But ये नहीं पता था कि उसके husband ने property sale करनी है कोई. तो उसने उसको आगे call किया कि आप कोई property sale कर रहे हो, please मत बेचना आप. तो he was surprised. Then he had another session with me. मैंने कहा session लेने की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि ये message था. It was just a message, no? Then people get a little curious and they want to meet you. कौन है? पर मेरे साथ ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. मुझे लगा जो message आया वो मैं दे देती हूँ. बहुत बार हुआ है कि मैं किसी की image देख रही हूँ और मेरे को बहुत ज्यादा energy feel हो जाती है उस image से. फिर और मैं जानती भी नहीं हूँ. फिर मुझे महीने बाद वो इंसान मिल जाता है.
yes. Future, probable future तुम देख रहे हो.
तो मैम ऐसा मेरे साथ होता है बहुत बारी. किसी का मैसेज आया, I'll tell that person अपने कार्ड्स को ध्यान से रखना, तुम्हारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स ध्यान से रखना. ऐसे कोई मैसेजेस आ जाते हैं कभी. So then कभी मैं दे देती हूँ मैसेज, कभी कभी मुझे समझ नहीं आता अगला बंदा ओपन ही नहीं है.
Whether he wants to accept it or not.
Whether we should give the message or not, because it's come to us. Generally, if the message comes to you, you have to forward it, because otherwise the message will not come to you. That's the whole thing.
आपसे मैंने बात करी थी, and you told me also this, and I've started giving messages. But sometimes people approach you because जिसको message दिया वो आगे बताता है. People approach you कि मेरे लिए channeling कर लो, वो बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है मेरे लिए.
Right? Any particular guides जो तुझे guide करते हैं, or you just have a random voice?
Ma'am, whenever in meditation, I always see Mahavatar Babaji.
Wow.
I'm always seeing him in meditation. He's always around. I feel his presence. And I don't know, I'm a believer of Sai. But Mahavatar Babaji, I've never seen Sai as a guide, but I'm a believer. I have that faith. But Mahavatar Babaji is always there.
Wow.
And from the time when I didn't even know he was Mahavatar Babaji, his image had come.
Correct. Yeah.
Just curious to know that your friends who knew Pooja when she was in class 10, who just stumbled upon a book, and the Pooja that they know today. I mean, since you said that the same set of friends are still there with you, what are the changes that they see? I mean, I'm sure they must be startled to see a complete new you in front of them.
पहले मैं जाती थी सलाह लेने, अब वो आते हैं.
Wow.
And that's a big change.
That's all I can say. And I mean, ma'am, everybody from the past look up to me. And I wouldn't say look up to me. There's a lot of contribution with each other. But सलाह लेने जरूर आते हैं. पहले मैं सलाह अपनी नहीं ले सकती थी, मैं जाती थी.
Wow, Pooja, that is so beautiful.
That's a big change. That's how you live in surrender, Pooja. You're actually exhibiting the way you're living, and that's so beautiful. Lovely.
Ma'am, my essence, you know, if I'm channeling, I'm doing a tarot reading or whatever, I feel I don't want to exhibit too much. I'm living with my own zone, and I don't want to lose my essence. My essence is everything to me.
So how do you see your life now moving on? Of course, you're living in complete surrender, but कुछ goal तुमने set किया है अपने लिए?
बिल्कुल किया है
ऐसा
मैम,
कुछ है?
बिल्कुल किया है. मैम, मैं goal ऐसे set कर पाती हूँ जो मुझे लोग feedback देते हैं मेरे बारे में. तो a few of my friends tell me, speaking skills is your USP. You should go and talk. So I have that goal to go and speak. Like I'm giving an interview here. I have a goal to go and speak, give sessions. ऐसे छोटे goals हैं. Aki ma'am, I'm doing a lot of work. I'm very happy doing what I'm doing. Very contented at this very moment. But yes, I have a goal to rise ahead, but with my essence, not really going out of my essence. I don't want to do anything out of my essence.
And that's a big thing to say, you know. Be who you are rather than being who you are not.
Pooja, finally, the only message that you would want to give to all the upcoming therapists and people who have just started watching the show, and you know, what do you have to tell them about PLR and about, you know, PLR
I
practice?
think a lot of people have a lot of myth about PLR. They're not very clear. It's with everybody, a person, a layman who comes into this kind of field, you know. And I feel the only thing, the best way to live is the moment you relive that moment, you release something, you know, you release that moment. And you become so acceptive. You become so acceptive of everything. Only once you experience it, you will know exactly what it is. But what I feel is that your mind opens up.
True.
And you're totally clear.
Right.
We have a lot of people who have closed minds, you know. And if you want to open your mind, I think PLR is a right way to get a PLR done it's going to be life transforming.
Lovely. I think that's a lovely message, Pooja. Experience is the best teacher. So experience PLR and learn about yourself. And like Pooja has beautifully said today, struggle is nothing but surrender. I think that's the key message that Pooja has given all of us. So thank you, Pooja, my love, and take care of
Thank you,
yourself.
ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so much,
And
Pooja.
ma'am.
thank you, Abhilasha, and God bless.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः